Well, a 5.5% tenure would be harmful for growth equity.
Right.
Most people don't know Larry Fink, but he knows your money, your retirement savings, your mortgage, even the companies you work for. He doesn't run a country. He doesn't lead a tech empire. Yet he manages more money than any individual or institution in history, over $9 trillion. That is more than the GDP of Japan, Germany, and India combined. With it, he can move markets, shape industries, and even influence governments. This is the untold story of how a boy from California rose from obscurity to quietly become one of the most influential figures in modern finance. Larry Fink was born Lawrence Douglas Fink on November 2, 1952 in Van Nuys, California. His father, Fred, ran a small shoe store, while his mother, Lila, was an English professor at a local college. The family had no great wealth and no elite connections, but they valued two things above all: hard work and education. These values became the foundation of Larry's life. He was not the loudest or the boldest in the room, but he was relentless in his determination. In 1974, he graduated from UCLA with a degree in political science. At first, he considered pursuing real estate, but finance drew him in. He stayed at UCLA to earn an MBA, preparing to step onto Wall Street just as it was about to transform forever. In 1976, Larry joined the investment bank First Boston. The timing was perfect. The bond market was booming, and a new product, mortgage-backed securities, was about to explode onto the scene. Larry quickly mastered them. By his early 30s, he was managing billions of dollars and earning enormous profits for the firm. His colleagues saw him as a rising star, confident, respected, and seemingly unstoppable. But in 1986, everything changed. One bad call on interest rates led to a catastrophic loss of $100 million for First Boston. For Larry, it was more than just a financial hit. It was a public and painful humiliation. The failure could have ended his career entirely. Instead, it gave him a defining mission. Never again would risk be underestimated. 2 years later, in 1988, Larry started over. With 7 partners and $5 million in seed funding, he co-founded a small firm under the Blackstone Group. They called it BlackRock. The idea was simple but revolutionary. Create an investment firm built on sophisticated risk management. Their secret weapon was a platform called Aladdin. More than just software, Aladdin was a powerful system that could scan thousands of portfolios, test them against financial disasters, and identify risks before they became losses. For Larry, this was not only a business tool, but also a personal mission. Aladdin became the shield that would protect clients from the kind of devastating mistake that had once defined his career. BlackRock grew with astonishing speed. By the mid-1990s, it separated from Blackstone and stood on its own. In 1999, the company went public, setting the stage for relentless expansion. It acquired competitors, absorbed assets, and established a global footprint. Through every financial crisis, from the dot-com collapse to the 2008 meltdown, BlackRock not only survived, but thrived. Governments turned to BlackRock for advice. Corporations entrusted it with pensions and investments, and its reputation as the most stable hand in finance grew stronger. Today, BlackRock manages more than $9 trillion, holding stakes in thousands of companies. Chances are, if it is a major brand, BlackRock owns a piece of it. Larry Fink was not satisfied with simply building the largest asset manager in history. Beginning in 2012, he used his position to send annual letters to CEOs around the world. In these letters, he laid out his views on capitalism, corporate responsibility, and long-term strategy. He argued that companies must serve all stakeholders, not just shareholders, if they hoped to survive in the future. In 2018, his letter titled A Sense of Purpose captured global attention. In it, he declared that businesses that ignore environmental and social issues would ultimately fail. Some praised his words as visionary leadership, while others saw them as an attempt to use financial power to push political and social agendas. Larry Fink's growing influence brought praise and criticism in equal measure. Environmental advocates accused him of not going far enough, pointing out BlackRock's continued investments in fossil fuels. Political conservatives, on the other hand, argued that he was going too far, claiming that his focus on ESG, environmental, social, and governance principles, was injecting ideology into investing. Fink responded by insisting that BlackRock's role was not political, but practical. The firm reflects the will of its clients, he argued, while also preparing them for the long-term risks that threaten future returns. Whether people see him as a reformer or an opportunist, one truth is undeniable. Larry Fink is shaping how capitalism itself will function in the decades ahead. Despite leading one of the most powerful institutions in the world, Larry Fink remains a private man. He has been married to his wife, Lori, since the 1970s, and together they have 3 children. Friends and colleagues describe him as disciplined, detail-obsessed, and fiercely loyal to those he trusts. Unlike other high-profile CEOs, he avoids the media spotlight and celebrity appearances. For Larry, the focus has always been on the work and the impact that work has on the world. Larry Fink's legacy is still being written. He has reshaped investing and built the largest asset manager in history. He has sparked a global debate about the responsibilities of corporations in addressing society's greatest challenges. To some, he is a visionary reformer, proving that capitalism can evolve to meet the demands of a changing world. To others, he represents the dangers of concentrating too much financial power in too few hands. From the humble beginnings of a family shoe store in California to guiding the financial destinies of entire nations, Larry Fink's story is one of relentless ambition, painful lessons, and extraordinary influence. And as the world faces climate change, inequality, and economic uncertainty, the choices he makes today may shape not just markets, but the future itself. If this story moved you, taught you something new, or simply made you reflect, don't let it end here. Tap that like to show your support, and hit subscribe for more powerful true life stories that deserve to be heard.